Alright, last time we got through the tutorial levels, so we finally opened up some more pirates. Yes, pirates! I think pirate and pilot probably have the same root. But today we're going to move over to the story of Banagher Links. And the reason for this is not because of Banagher himself, but because of his story. His story, he's part of the storyline Those Who Doubt, one of 3 or 4 different storylines that you can pick. And while I go through the email, let me explain why I'm going through this story first. Each story will unlock a different set of pilots, and the pilots that I care about most are the Gundam Wing pilots. Now, my favorite Gundam Wing pilot is actually Quatre Rhubarbe Winter, and if that seems odd to you from Memories of Gundam Wing, I just personally relate to his character more than I relate to the other Gundam pilots. So it's a personal thing. Unfortunately, Quatre is not in this game. Again, his voice actor is, because he's also the voice for Amuro Ray, as far as I know. But Quatre is not in this game. It also means Gundam Sandrock, which is also my favorite Gundam from the Gundam Wing series, is not here either. So that brings me to my second favorite Gundam pilot and Gundam suit from the Gundam Wing series, which would be Trowa Barton and the Heavy Arms Gundam. And Trowa is unlocked by doing the Those Who Doubt mission. And the only way to access those right now is through Banagher Links. Now I'm going to go into the tutorial missions right here to get used to using Banagher's suit, because again, this is or it could be Banagher, but regardless of how it's pronounced, this suit is the Unicorn Gundam. Right now, it just looks like a happy little simple mobile suit with a strange horn sticking out of its head. But after you've activated its special move, it will unlock its its special mode. It's got there's a specific name for it in the Unicorn Gundam series. All right, so we're going to take on this Kai guy here. I found the Unicorn Gundam suit to be one of the better suits in the game, either because it just really fit my playstyle, or it's had some neat special moves. It could also be that they were trying to advertise the Unicorn Gundam at the time, because the series that the Unicorn Gundam is from is the most recent Gundam series from the Universal Century timeline, and when this game came out way back in 2011, that series either was probably still ongoing, or at the very least still running on TV. So the Unicorn Gundam would have been, you know, a selling point. Alright, so we're going to utilize the elevator here, and they did instruct you to do that. It's not that I just decided to jump over to the enemy communications facility. Communications facilities allow you to call your allies. Oh, there's the Unicorn special move. And now I'm stuck in Unicorn mode, at least for the next little while. And while in this mode, and I know there's another name for it, it's basically the equivalent of the Zero system in Gundam Wing, but I don't know the terminology behind this particular Gundam series.
I've taken serious damage. Requesting assistance.
But you can do some really neat things. And I think the Unicorn Gundam has a pretty good and useful special move. Some other characters have special moves that are hard to pull off or hard to figure out how to deal real damage with. You'll notice that we missed a side mission. We got a message there saying that we failed a side mission. You'll be given side missions. If you do them, they'll help your morale. If you don't do them, they will hurt your morale. So, be aware of that, because there are other ways to hurt your morale rather than just losing your headquarters or getting your Gundam blown up a couple times.
I'll catch ya. Get back. Playtime's over. My arm, it won't move.
But from what little backstory I understand about Gundam Unicorn, Banagher Links is essentially the Andrew Garfield of the Gundam franchise. Basically, just like the Amazing Spider-Man storyline, turned Peter Parker into something of a mutant because it was his father's DNA that allowed him to unlock his spider powers when bitten by the spider that also had his dad's DNA in it. Banagher here is only able to command the Unicorn Gundam because his DNA lets him do it. He's also, at the beginning of the series, kind of new to stuff, so he's not like a veteran pilot and that kind of thing, and from what I understand, he's also one of the more conscientious Gundam pilots in the entire franchise, and that he has a kill count, from what I understand, in his series of about 5. Which, if you think about all the action and fighting that goes on, particularly for the main character in a Gundam series, that's pretty amazing. And the reason for that's not because he hasn't been blowing up suits, but because he does it in such a way that he doesn't kill people. Which in some ways, I guess, makes him one of the most moral, Gundam pilots that there have been. The Gundam Wing pilots didn't start doing that kind of thing until Endless Waltz. So, I'll give you some stuff there. But Banagher is tied to a girl named Audrey, who is secretly a member of the Zabi royal family, who are the royal family of the House of Zeon, from what I understand, in the Universal Century timeline. And he basically he sort of has a thing for her, I guess. That protecting her is usually like the first thought in his mind, although there's lots of stuff that goes on in the Unicorn Gundam series. And we'll run across Audrey and her, and the characters around her, as we get further into this sort of mismatch, throw them together, and see who comes out of the story. There we go. That time I was sort of saving my special move to take out as many enemies as possible. Which is something you can do with the Unicorn Gundam special move. And again, after he uses the special move and remains in that heightened status, you can do more damage and get more stuff done. It's really quite good. Giving up this particular suit because of what I decided to do with this playthrough wasn't the easiest thing for me to do here, so Alright, so now our health is down to not much. And the boss has appeared in the enemy headquarters.
The enemy? How could we understand?
So, probably be better off finding some health.
I'll get you.
I'm also trying to get rid of these last couple of aces here. Jared blew us up, so we died. But because we have some blue stuff left, we can come back. If you're fighting 2 aces or more at the same time, you want to keep them away from each other, because if they can support each other, then they can start healing each other and doing things. And it's just harder to face them. Here I've decided to abandon fighting them at all and just heading to the main field to take on the boss right here, Mr. Mash. And we're not doing so hot. And we've blown up again. So there we go, we have failed a mission.
Teach with all your heart. Learn with all your heart.
So, let's take this as a lesson of what not to do. And next episode, we'll talk about what to do. And I'll see you then.